San Diego Robotics 101, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your RoboSub and how you guys came out here to compete.
Okay, so we're just like a group of students. We're not affiliated with any school, and we started 2 years ago, and so yeah, so we're from different schools, and now we have some students who have gone on to university, but most of them have stayed. So our design this year is it's a little different. In previous years, we had a PVC frame encapsulating the robot. However, this year we moved to all metal. So you can see we are using these pylons to mount the motors, and these are Blue Robotics thrusters T100s that we're using. Last year we had some issues with the batteries where we had to open up the box a lot and open up the electronics a lot so that we could access the batteries. So this year we've isolated the batteries into the top component here. The batteries aren't in there right now, but that's where they would be placed to make it easier access to the batteries and replacement. The electronics sit in this below hull. However, right now they aren't in there. Jason, do you wanna, I don't know.
And
yeah.
So you said you're a group of students, right?
Yeah.
High school, middle school, or?
Yeah, so primarily high school. However, we also have some members who are in college. We have one member from UCSD and another member from UCLA and one from UC Merced.
So what, by doing this, what have you learned so far? What's the process? This is your first year?
No, this is my third year technically. Yeah.
And so what have you learned about doing this whole, building the RoboSub?
Yeah. I think a big part of it is getting like exposure to a lot of different technology and software that is used in industries such as like SolidWorks. I've gotten a lot of experience with, which I think is something that's quite useful. And then also just as a team, like planning something and like seeing it go through using different machines, and I think that's a pretty big learning experience in terms of just getting that exposure to a lot of different areas.
So this is something that you want to do. So it's like, I guess, a way it's something good for your resume.
Yeah.
Something you could put in how you were involved in this, right? It leads to many open doors down the line, right?
Yeah, I would say this sort of touches in a lot of different areas in regards to like industry and then like software, and so I think that's something that's pretty good tool that I think maybe a lot of companies might be looking for.
And how are you guys doing this week? It's a week-long event, so for the people that aren't familiar with this event, what does it entail for you guys to do? Like, what are the different tasks?
Yeah, so to qualify for the semi-final rounds tomorrow and the day after, you need to pass through the gate, essentially. So there's a PVC gate that's placed at the surface, and we need to pass through that. So as of yet, our hardware's sort of lacking right now, so we haven't gotten a chance to put in the water too many times. But we're hoping to qualify pretty soon so that we can get through the gate, and then we're also hoping to hit some buoys, which is another one of the tasks that's required, and then possibly pass through another PVC gate, essentially. So yeah, those are some of the tasks which we're going to try to tackle. Okay,
so tell me about the San Diego Robotics. You are more in tune with the software.
Yeah.
So tell me about like what goes on into the RoboSub. What's like that's like the brain of the RoboSub.
Yeah. So this is basically all of the different boards that will handle all the different processes. So like our RoboSub, we have a main like master board. This is the computer. It controls the mission. It tells all the other boards what to do. We also have like a navigation and motor board. We have a sonar board. We have 2 computer vision boards, and it just like they all do different tasks, and that way we can handle all the different missions.
And so what have you learned by doing the software? Are you primarily like the software guy? So how does that go about?
Well, I'm the sonar board developer, so unfortunately sonar didn't make it into the final design, but yeah, we did get the software to successfully detect objects.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So what have you learned about this event? Is this your first time coming here?
This is my second time coming here, but this is my first time programming in like any sort of professional environment, I guess. So it's been a pretty good experience just to learn how everything works.
And so what down the path, like where do you see yourself doing? Is this something that you're interested in and definitely think it's a career path for you?
Well, I'm in computer science, so I guess this is more like computer engineering type of thing. But yeah, robotics is pretty interesting to me, and I think I can continue down this path.